Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. It is Sunday, the 3rd of March 2024, and we're looking at these Frontline Chaos 112 scale action figures, number 77 Nurse and Dr. White Doctor. These are by level 9, which is part of JoyToy. Look really cool in the back, if you can see there. A huge syringe, you got clothes, looks very sort of thrill kill, that sort of rumoured banned PlayStation game, PlayStation 1. I had it years ago on the pirate copy. Yeah, very sort of grim. Very cool. And then we have the Doctor, who again looks, that face is really rather quite creepy. I do like this level 9 stuff, but I think they suffer from the ankles being just too loose. That's been my experience with the ones that I've got. Okay, I'm going to unbox them, set them up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here they are. And I've got to say, they are right up there with the best that level 9 has done. Maybe not the best, but they are definitely up there. They just look so creepy. If you're into your sort of creepy and horror stuff, you will really like these. Really, really nice looking. Okay, let's get a look at accessories, but before that, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right now. You can see all the videos before they're published on YouTube. We have prize draws from time to time, also exclusive content from time to time too. It's got a life of its own, so please do consider joining that. There is 7 days of free, and there's no obligation to continue if you don't want to, so it is worth checking out. Very, very cool. Okay, accessories. We'll do the Doctor first. He comes with this medical case, which can, if you push down on this side, open. Very plain this side, but I like that there's still some blood splatter inside and blood splatter on the actual case. He comes with this really nice right hand, and you see, if you can see it, it's got a little, it's got your little saw, electric saw, rotary saw on the finger there. That's a nice little feature. And he comes with alternate gloved hands, and these are slightly more open, not so gripping. The Nurse, she comes with a lot more accessories. So obviously you can see, also the Doctor, sorry, before I go to the Nurse, he's got 2 different saws. The Nurse has this hat, and it's magnetic, so she must have a metal plate under her hair so it sticks on, and that great big syringe. We'll look at that in a moment. She also comes with another saw, different to the Doctor's. That's nice, they're not repeating parts, and that blood effect looks great. Gloved hands. She has almost fists, but they're very tight gripping. Left and right, too tight for that saw, I think. I had to insert something in there. Doctor moved by himself again. And then she comes with a load of ungloved hands. So she comes with the, let's find them, where are they? She comes with a left and right semi-gripping. But the problem with these are so much smaller than the gloved hands. Almost like a different scale. You could almost use this 118. So this pair here. She has a Victory or an Up Yours, depending on what you want. She has a right hand pointing. She has open left and right hands. She has the OK sign. She has left and right semi-open, sort of relaxed hands. And then she has a sort of a love heart sign here, which is quite popular in China. It can also mean money as well. Very cool. Okay, let's get a close look. We'll start with the Nurse. Creepy face. As I said, there's a little magnet on the hat. There's a metal plate, must be under the hair. Holds very nicely. Nice little red crosses on the shoes. Sort of see-through plasticky jacket. There are pockets you can maybe use there. It's got this syringe. You can, if you want, disrobe her. The syringe does move in and out, but there's no air to push out. So there's not actually a working syringe in that sense. Soft goods underneath, and the panties are soft goods too, and it's a plastic sort of mac on top. Very creepy. The doctor's even more creepy in terms of his face, I think. Let's get a look at him. So he's 2 saws for cutting bone, for amputating. That face is super creepy. Soft goods on the trousers. More of a satin sort of look on this shirt. And if you can take it all off, and there's soft goods again on this coat. And you can put things in the pocket if you want. Very, very nice looking indeed. And the ankles are stiffer than previous releases. So it's easier to actually stand them up than it has been with other stuff that they've done before, which is really nice. Now, if I were to change... God, these hands are so small, this gripping. Oh, actually, the hands actually have a lot of malleability. Very malleable. So actually quite easy to open up and then put the saw inside. So if I change this around with the nurse, it's just a pop and push. There we go. She can now help do some amputating of essential body parts as well. That's the sort of thing they would do. Okay, let's look at articulation. Should be almost the same on each. In fact, it will be the same, just that clothes are going to hinder or impede articulation to a degree. So nurse, first of all, she looks left and right. She has a good side to side, a great up and down. Shoulders would go around, but the jacket's going to stop that because it will twist up the material. If you go lateral raise, if you go too far, it will pop out of joints. You can get about flat. There's a bicep twist. Got very tight on a bicep bend. Look at that. I can't get my arms that tight. And then the hand is a joint. You've got to find where the joint is. Then you can articulate and you can turn. Is there a trunk? There appears to be a trunk. Let's have a look. Yeah, so small trunk movement. Forwards, backwards are good. Turning not so good. Side to side's okay. There's no separate waist that I can feel. Hips go far. Forwards, it's pretty decent. Backwards, not very far. There's a thigh twist on a cut. Double kneecap, not too ugly. Very, very tight. Then the feet, you can see the joint here. So you can get a boot turn. You can get a swivel. You can get a ridiculous tippy toe and a ridiculous dorsiflexation. But really the joints should be stiffer still on the ankles. But it's better than previous releases, I feel. And she can pose quite well. But sort of figure you may want to get some sort of... Well, there's no hole for a foot plate. But you want to maybe put some blue tack to make sure they don't fall down. Doctor will be the same, but with his extra material on his clothes, his soft goods, it'll be more restricted. So he has a forwards, backwards, side to side. He can turn. Arms. Yeah, you're not going very far that way because the jacket. Sideways, you can get... You see, his shoulder popped out. Just popped it back in. Sideways, you're going to be slightly under the 90. Much more to pop out. Bicep, again, is very tight. Not quite as tight as the nurse's. As a bicep turn. Wrist is the same. Got to find the joint where it's moving. There we go. And you can do that. And you can turn. Trunk. Forwards, backwards, side to side. He can turn. It feels like he's actually got a waist on him. He can turn from the waist. I'll go back to her in a second. She couldn't. I might be wrong, so we'll go back to her. Hips restricted by the trousers. You'll rip the trousers again forwards, and forwards is restricted by back trousers. Backwards is restricted by the sculpt. So thigh turn, double kneecap, nice and tight. Boot turn, swivel. Tippy toes restricted by the sculpt on the shoes, and so is a dorsiflexation. You see one side's more than the other. I need to see where that joint is lined up from to see why that's not. There we go. There's a dorsiflexation, very good on him. So let me just go back and check the nurse and her waist, because I couldn't see a waist turn on her when I did her articulation. See, his ankles aren't so strong. Yeah. So, is there a waist turn in here? I'm telling you a lie, there is a waist turn. You can see if I pull down the panty there, the waist, oops, the waist has a hat coming off. But it's not a very good one because the coat gets in, the plastic coat gets in the way. Okay, let's get them standing up relatively straight, and then we'll go through size. They are so creepy. Don't fall over. Put your arm down. She's leaning over. Let me just put that more like this. Okay, slightly straighter. Now these are 1/12 scale, but we know that 1/12 scale does vary in size between brands. In terms of height, she is about 6.5 inches, so she's about, top of the head, just under 17 cm, top of the hat. He again is about 6 3/4 inches nearly. He's around about 17 again to the top of his head, maybe a bit smaller than Nurse because she's got the hat on. Comparison is my Marvel Legend Death Dealer, who I keep on my desk just for comparisons to do 1/12 scale. Most people know how Marvel Legends are sized, so it gives us a good idea of how it will scale with them and other 1/12 scale figures. And you see that they scale particularly well. The Legends feel more like toys. These feel like more like action figures, I should say, and these feel more like posable dolls, but better for display. I think they just look so creepy. Very, very nice looking figures, better than some of the other releases, particularly because the ankle joints are slightly stiffer, but they still need to be improved again. But they are nice. I do like them, guys. Foot to stand, come on. So my only real complaint about these is the ankle joints are not great for standing. He doesn't want to do it for me today, or not now. I've just said your ankle joints are better. Why are you trying to prove me wrong? Okay, that's a far more creepy stance anyway. Let's get her in a bit of a better stance as well. Her feet are smaller, so she might be a bit more difficult to balance. Okay, that's nice, but will she lose that posture if I put her down? There. Very, very cool. Very, very creepy. This is all Smash Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, consider joining the Patreon. I'll see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.